Hi, good morning. Once again, my name is Alex. First of all, thank you very much for the response. I was able to find your website, um, and based on that, I'm going to show you a few things that I think are going to be benefit, based on your services, and of course, based on the service location, in this case, New Jersey, right? So first of all, I have to say, the website looks really nice. It has a nice design, but don't get me wrong, anybody can have a website for, as little as almost free or, a small fee or a monthly fee, like $20, $30 a month. But what most business owners don't realize is that if you have a website and if it's not ranking specifically for getting you new potential customers, it's like having a business card with, in your wallet and nobody can see it. So when you get a, when you have a website, you gotta take a couple things in consideration. The first one, which is the most important, is content. When I say content, I'm talking more about all the text that is in your website, all this text, right? And why is this important? Because when you add content, you gotta understand that you have to add keywords. For example, landscaper New Jersey, landscaper services New Jersey, or specific, even for specific cities, because I see down here you cover pretty much all New Jersey, Wayne, Bayonne, um, Bergen, Union, East Orange, all of these, right? So in order for Google to understand that, when you add content, you gotta add these keywords. So I can see here that you have a lot of pictures, which is nice, but I don't see that much content. And that might be one of the reasons why you are not ranking or you're not getting customers. And I'll show you that in a second. But other than that, it's a nice design, but the lack of content is really going to affect you because without content, you're never going to rank. And if somebody else says differently, I would have to respectfully disagree. That being said, for the homepage, you should have at least 2,000 words of content, at least, because when Google sees your website, they read through all of this. And it's not like a human being actually going to your website and reading it. It's more like a software that they have, and it crawls, it reads all of this. And based on the content you have here, it will determine that if you're targeting specific keywords, which I'll show you in a second. So content, keep in mind, it has to apply to the whole website, especially on the homepage. And same thing here. I see that you have lawn maintenance, landscaping, pressure washing, snow removal, mulching, pavers, hardscapes, irrigation, all of this, right? So let's see here, lawn maintenance. How's that so big? So you have content here, right? Lawn maintenance in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I see that you're trying to target this specific keyword. But in order to do that, my recommendation would be to have at least 200 words of content per keyword. That way, Google will understand that you're trying to target that keyword, if that makes sense. And again, really little content here, so you have to add more content. It has to be relevant, it has to be original, because if you copy and paste, or even if you go to ChatGPT or these new AI technologies, Google would understand, will notice that you're kind of a sort of a cheating, at some point, and will prevent you to rank. Now, I use this tool called Ahrefs, and what this does, it picks data from your website based on Google criteria. So we can see here that you're being found for 48 keywords, and you have around 15 backlinks. Now, what are backlinks? Backlinks are other sites or other websites that are mentioning your business, or in this case, your website, and this will give you power so you can find on Google. Think about like a popularity contest, and I always say this: when you have people talking about you, it has to be in a positive way, in a relevant way, so Google will understand. Same thing happens here. You can have hundreds and hundreds of websites talking about you, but if they're not relevant and if they're not powerful, and if, most important, if they're not targeting the keywords that you should have here on your website, so you can be found on Google, you're never going to be showing up. So that being said, let's see what kind of keywords you're being found for really quick. Let's give it a second. So, okay, Blue Pine is known and landscaping. That's your brand name, and you're ranking, right? Number two, there's 50 searches a month, but is that bringing you clients? that answer only you can know. Blue Pine, this is not really relevant. Pine landscaping. I don't think those are going to bring you any clients because you're not even, ranking on the first page, 21st, 23rd position. This is in the 16th position, Pine landscaping. But other than that, for example, deck contractors, Perthon there's only 10 searches a month. That's very little, very low. But nothing is relevant, right? Snow plowing Newark, there's 20 searches a month, and you in the 50th position, no traffic, right? So if I go to Google and type landscaping New Jersey, let's see what comes up, right? The first thing you're gonna notice is Google Ads, sponsor. Very quick. If you're gonna be kind of running Google Ads, you gotta be really careful because if you don't know what you're doing, even though Google makes it look really easy and convenient to set up campaigns and everything, you can end up wasting a lot of money not seeing the results you want. So keep in mind that you pay every time somebody clicks on your ad. So if it's not, well, if you don't have a research and seeing who's, what kind of keywords you should target, this can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Then you have your map section, and you could be here if you have a Google profile. I know that you had a Google profile, but if your profile doesn't have images, optimized images, if it doesn't have optimized content, you see, I keep saying content because content is the base for you to show up on any Google search. If you don't have relevant content, you're not going to be showing up here. And if you have reviews and you haven't responded to those reviews, same thing. Google will not take in consideration. Simple as that. What Google is looking for is relevant information, original information, and the interaction between you and clients. Then we have the organic results. So number one, we have this scenic landscaping.com. Then we have jerseylandscaping.com, number two, number three. And just for your quick reference here, 70%, almost 70% of the searches, the people that searched on Google, they only go for the top three here and the top three on the top five, if you will, on the organic result. That means that little less than 30% will scroll all the way down, even to the second page, or keep going like I have here on the 12, 15, 20 position. So this is a little, it's a little percent of the people that when they do a Google search, there's a little of them that actually will go all the way down and try to find, what they're looking for. So if you're not here, you're probably missing a lot of opportunities. So let's see why these guys are ranking number one, which I believe might be your main competition. And what are the benefits, right? So we open their website, and again, nice design, but they have, you can see here, they have content here, they have more content here, they have more content here. You see, they understand that content is the base for them to, for their website successful, if you will. They have all this content because that's what Google is looking for, and that's what will take you in consideration. Same thing here. More content, have a YouTube channel. Even though it's not much, they don't have that much content, in my opinion, I think it will be fairly easy to compete with these guys, right? Let's see the data on these guys. Give it a second. So they being found for 978 keywords, which is a lot, and they have over 3,000 backlinks. Makes sense because this rating is pretty high, it's 25, 26. Compared to yours, let's see, overview. See, you have 15, but your rating is not there because these links probably are not really good quality. So these guys understand what SEO means, and content and backlinks, how they work. Let's take a look and see the keywords that they're being found for really quick. So there you go. So landscaping New Jersey, there's 350 searches a month. Give it to take 300 people searching this every month, right? Because they're ranking number one, they're getting 124 visits every month. If you ask me, these are 124 chances they get every single month to get new clients. NJ Landscaping, another 250 searches a month because they're ranking number 2. They get another 86. So you do the math, right? Just between these two is over 200 visits every month, 200 chances they get every month to get clients. New Jersey Landscaping Services, another 200 searches a month because they're ranking number 2. They get another 65. And you can see here, this is very tricky because even there's a lot of searches, this one, the KD, the difficulty, this means that anything above, at least from my experience with my research, anything above 6 will take you more than 8 months to rank, but it might be worth it, right? And that's how SEO works. If somebody else tells you that, for example, this specific keyword, it's very high in the difficulty, and they tell you that they can rank you in less than 3 months, they're lying. That I haven't seen that in all my years of experience. So um, that's why I have to, tell you this. But if we keep seeing New Jersey Landscaping Services, we saw that 200 searches a month, ranking number 2. New Jersey Landscaping, another 250 searches at ranking number 1. Again, another 56. And all that is because they have a lot of content and they understand the backlinks are really, they have to be really good quality for, for Google to take them into consideration and say, okay, these guys are the real deal. Let's push them up, if that makes sense. And we can go on, right? You can see that these guys are ranking on the top 3 on most of these keywords, and that's why it's bringing them a lot of visits, a lot of people that are looking for these specific services. This could be you. This could be you if you would like your website, to start ranking and having all these visits, all this traffic to your website. There's a lot of chance that you can have new clients every single month, as you can see here. Landscaping NJ, 80 searches a month because they're ranking number 2, another 28. So if you do the math only here, you have a lot of visits, and they are actually taking that very, very seriously. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but just a quick recap. Your website needs to improve content, and if you want to show up on Google, you need to have other websites that are backing you up, saying yes, Blue Pine is known landscaper are the real deal, and targeting those specific keywords that you want to show up. So other than that, I hope you find this information useful. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Once again, my name is Alex, and I hope to hear from you soon.